during the session, please turn off your mobile phones and communication devices or switch them to silent mode. In a moment, we'll start a session titled Security Meets Analytics by Dr. Naohiko Uramoto of IBM Research Tokyo. The session will begin shortly. Please take your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for waiting, and thank you for coming to the Rakuten Technology Conference 2013. We'd like to start off with a session titled Security Meets Analytics. Please welcome Dr. Naohiko Uramoto of IBM Research Tokyo.
Good morning. My name is Naohiko Uramoto. I'm a researcher of the IBM Research Tokyo, and I'm also served as director of IPSJ. And thank you so much for taking a really great opportunity for me to make a presentation in such a prestigious place. Today, I would like to cover my recent research, but let's get started with briefly introduce my hat or careers. And I think you are familiar with you guys. I have many hats or role. First of all, my business is to work as an IBM employee. I'm leading a cloud and security project in IBM Research Tokyo that located in Toyosu. Last year we have moved from Yamato to Toyosu at a new site. And as Rakuten, the technical community, IBM has an internal tech community called Academy of Technology, which I will briefly cover in the next few slides. And we are also working as a team across laboratories, across GOs, across organization. It is a kind of internal technical community. And also I'm involved in some external community. For example, I'm working with external seminar or working group called Cloud Kenkyukai, led by Fujio Maruyama. He's a famous guy on the security and Java. And we were also serving as a director, Riji in Japanese, of the Japanese Processing Society in Japan. And I think that some of guys are the member of the society, but I would like to show you some brief introduction for the community. Sorry. For example, the IPSJ is founded in 1960, and we have more than 20,000 members, not only academic people, professors, but also the industries, engineers, researchers like us. And the current president is Masaru Kitsuregawa, and there are 25 board members, including me. And they keep a very tight relationship with international community like IEEE or ACM, and they are organizing many other international and domestic conferences and seminars. And they have a very active six in 3 domains, and there are, of course, they provide many conferences, seminars and events. And some of them is very useful for us engineers. For example, the society started the paper track called the digital practice. It is this paper doesn't require complex theorem or formulas or I think complex result of experiments, but they required us a best practice from our work in our business. So I really recommend you to submit a paper, in particular this the digital practice papers. And this is another example of the community, is internal community of IBM called Academy of Technology. Now around 1,000 IoT members in worldwide, and I am a part of the IoT members. The IoT members should be selected in a very formal selection process. And in this selection, it's very interesting, but in this selection process, most important thing is the reputation by colleagues or peers or managers or members. So not just a kind of passing a test. But for example, when I become to the IoT member, I need to collect more than 10 supporters from the world, not just testing. So reputation among the engineers is really important. And we around 5,000, more than 5,000 people, tech people are working under the affiliate in each geos. For example, in Japan, we have TechJ at the affiliate of the IBM Japan. So we have an external website. So please visit if you are interested in. So I think that we have many hats. For example, we need to have a daily job, and we want to participate in internal community as well as external community. And academia is such as IPSA is also very important. I think that you in the room have, I think that. Of course, it depends on you about a balance, but you are participating in multiple communities. But often, in my case, the reality is that I think daily job is the biggest one, and my manager asked me to work 200% or so, like, and yeah, academia what's that. So, but I think that the really important thing is how can we make a good balance, not only for the internal activity, but also the external activity or internal technical discussion, not just for the daily business, but also the I think technical community or technical discussion across the organization. So it's the Rakuten Technical Conference. This conference is really important, and really I think that it's really important for me, and it's really great honor for me to make a presentation at the conference. Okay, and let's move on to the main topic. Now we are changing this. The sentence I have I got this phrase from the this year's this conference homepage led by Mori-san. I really like it. Now we are in the big change. What is a big change in security world? For example, new IT technology are coming. Cloud, mobile, social analytics, it drastically changed even the enterprise the environment. And the Internet of Things, IoT, is a kind of the M2M, machine-to-machine communication, not just PC or server or people, but also the sensors, devices, vehicles, and buildings, even the cities. So the new IT environment is coming, and the traditional security technology is now not enough. For example, now at the boundary between the company and the outer external world is, I think, becoming not so clear. So new technology is very important. And the next topic is trend is new data. You know that the big data is a very hype word. And data is now money. That means data economics or data economy drive some market and some companies. For example, Google and of course Rakuten is a kind of the winner of this new power game. That means we, security perspective, we need data and privacy protection. Technology for such the big data. And now we can apply the big data technology, analytics technology to security related information. That which is our main topic of this of my talk today. The world is, the cyberspace is now becoming dominant. For example, in the US, US defined the 5 territory, the air, land, and marine, and space. They are the traditional territory for US, but now they decided to recognize the cyberspace as a huge territory. That means they have army for the cyberspace, since it is a territory for them. So the cyberspace and cybercrime are becoming as a real threat for us. Of course, the globalization and in particular some global market, the emerging market like Africa or South America or something like that. So these emerging countries, different IT environment is employed. For example, they rely on the mobile network. So we may need another new security and privacy technology here. This is a kind of trend or a characteristic of the so-called attacker or cracker. And many years ago, the attacker's motivation was just a curiosity or getting reputation. It may be a bad reputation, but a reputation as a cracker or hacker. And some insider attack were it was occurred. So, for example, using internal information when the employee is fired, they don't have loyalty to the company, so they may want to steal the sensitive information. And now you know that attackers or crackers found that data is money. So they attack enterprise to get money. That means information. And another new trend is related to the cyberspace and national security. And now we have very, very the complex and sophisticated the attack or vulnerability from the kind of attacker as an organization or team. So it's a really serious for us, and it's now the world is changing. I like this chart, but I was traveling the US last 2 weeks, and actually I just arrived at Japan last night, and I saw such the road sign, but it says zombie is coming. But it is very funny. But if you are in a highway and you see the sign stop here or something like that, it's very serious. So it is in this case that car tampers a network. I'm not sure it's the road sign device connected or not, but I think that there are many sophisticated and new vulnerability attacks risks are coming. Okay, let's continue to some trend, recent trend of the cyber attack or cyber crime. I had got some the figures from our IBM the security report. We have an organization called X-Force, which monitors the employee client network every day and every time with around 10 security operation centers that scattered in worldwide. They periodically published the such security and risk report, and I think that it's really good report. So I would let me recommend you to look at this report. This originally we published it in English, but Japan SOC team provide another useful report in Japanese. So this is a sampling figure of our first half result of attack. There are many attacks to many US, but some Asian countries, and we can see some Japanese flag here. And it is a bit only the first half of this year, but there are many cyber attacks to the enterprise and the organization. This is a breakdown of the attack the type and the kind of the industry. For example, red circle shows a SQL injection, and light gray is a spear attacking, target attacking, red is DDoS, blue is malware, and retail, online services, the government. So there are many. There are many types of attack, and there are many target companies. For example, I'm not sure Rakuten is categorized to which area, but when I assume the online service, the companies, so there are so many the attack incident this year, and you can see the attack type. I think very different. This the service company got the SQL injection attack, and watering hole, and I think this is unknown, but this is malware. So not only one the type of attack like SQL injection or cross-site scripting, but also we need to prepare for the multiple other types of attack. It's very difficult. So this is a breakdown of the target, the website or target. So again, the payment, shops, and the confirmation. I think that it is main Rakuten business, I guess. But it is a payment site, the shop site is a main now the main target of the attack. So it is very hard to protect our asset, our site, our internal server from attackers. It's very the situation is very in bad shape. And why we are losing? Let me explain that. For example, one reason is that now attacker can prepare for their attack or developing malware with enough time. They can look at, for example, what is a target company and what is organization, what the department in the target company. Or they can look for what site or what topic employee of the company interested in. And for example, which the browser or which the antivirus software is used in the target. So let me elaborate more what we have facing a difficulty. For example, most people believe that they are safe if they don't access to the malicious site. They only access to the well-known site or well-known company site. They should be. They think they should be safe, but unfortunately, this is not true. The attacker can tamper such a well-known or trusted the website to include the malware in them. So when people access to such a trusted website, but content is altered, they can attacker can push the malware by leveraging some vulnerability of the browser or operating system or something like that. And when the attacker develop malware, they can, I think, create the very specific malware for the target. For example, such a malware don't have to be invisible for all the antivirus software. If instead, if the target company uses a certain antivirus software, they can only take care of it. So there is a site to check the malware can be detected, and specific the antivirus site, for example. So the designing a malware is very tailored or customized for the target company. And to know such a knowledge, they can leverage social networking or social engineering. For example, if I were a hacker and if I decided to attack your company, for example, I will start with to check your Facebook or Twitter posting to know which the department are there, or I may have a certain knowledge of the security architecture of the companies from your post on Twitter or Facebook. And zero-day vulnerability is very serious since that nullify the antivirus the software. And for example, some existing security devices such as firewall can be configured to block the connection to the certain the port number. But port 80 is now the most of attack comes from the port 80, or it may come from the very trusted website, as I mentioned. So the simple configuration of the firewall does not work. That, for example, so this is it's very simple, but sorry, it is it is a structure of the network, and traditionally, the most company focus on how can we protect the incoming malware, which to be pushed into the company beyond the firewall. But now we need to consider the malware may exist in the company's network. So the important thing is that, for example, how, assuming that there is already the malware in the network, how can we protect, for example, outbound the connection for sending sensitive information from the company to the attacker site? Or we may need to monitor the network to detect some attack activity before sending the sensitive information to the attacker site. So the kind of target of the protection is now changing from the not only the focusing on incoming the connection, but also we need to consider the outgoing connection and also the network monitoring. So this is yet another phrase I got from this year's conference page. How can we see, how can solve this bad situation? And currently, so big data is very hype. And now in the security world, we consider the security and the security information and event as a big data. You know, there are a bunch of information on the network, on the firewall, on the application, on the maybe a VM environment on the cloud. For example, we have system audit logs and configuration information and application log, and I think a bunch of log data from the stacks. And also we can see the packet flowing on the network. Or of course, we can leverage the external vulnerability information provided by SOC, and so on. And now we can see these security information and event big data. That means we can apply the analytics technology to detect something abnormal, or I think fingerprint of the attack, to detect attack or prevent such attack before happening. So this is a concept of the security analytics or security intelligence. And sorry, you know, the big data is very hyped. I also don't believe that if we can put analysis technology or machine learning technology, everyone can detect something. But so the big data is so very useful, but it can very low density. So there is no enough information. So we need to work. How can we analyze such a big data? It is, I think, that the primary factor of the success of the big data analysis, not limited to security. Here, the important thing that if we look at only the one type of information, for example, when we only consider the packet data, we cannot be succeeded. Instead, we need to think about various kind of information or data and event, and which is to be correlated. For example, in this area, the security log from the security devices, a network event or traffic, the configuration, VM machines information. So by the gathering such the various kind of the information and correlate, and then we can find, for example, the fingerprint of attacking or suspicious activity of the user or PCs. So the IBM recently have a new product called a Curator. It is a category of the security theme, security information and event management. I think that it is a relatively new concept, but not only IBM, but some other companies are now putting more focus on such a security information and event management theme area. The concept is that we can consider such a security event and information as a big data in a sense. So this is a snapshot of the Curator, and it gathers various the information, and we can define the rule on it to detect the suspicious the attack the activity. And for example, we can see what kind of attack is detected, and who is attacking, and what the asset are tampered, and what is the evidence of the attack. It should come from our SOC the activity, external information. So we can see the attacker the behavior by using such as the portal in an integrated view. So this is a existing product, and now we the Tokyo Research and IBM Research worldwide is working on more sophisticated the security analytics the approach. Its concept is the same. There are many type of the log source, and it should be filtered or correlated in a real time or near real time manner. They should be transformed, filtered, and we create a behavior model for each piece, server or each device or each user. And when the new event and information came, we can compare it with our behavior model and detect if it is abnormal or not. It is a very basic idea of the anomaly detection, but by using machine learning and analytics mechanism for such a security event and information, we aim to realize the security analytics to, I think, solve the current issue and win the game. So we can see the various type of the analytics. For example, the research in the US and here in Tokyo is identify the enterprise asset and then calculate a risk. For example, in IBM, say a document for next acquisition is very sensitive information. It's a very valuable information. But for example, product specification after it is announced is not so important. So our technology can calculate kind of a risk value. For example, 0 to 100, according to the risk of the exposure of the asset. And then we can apply the fine-grained the policy to it. Another one is a network device analytics. So we can capture the network the event and by examining the network packet or correlation of the user access or something like that. And we also were working on security, social network analysis by looking at the social graph or contact information in SNS such as Facebook and Twitter. And another research team is working on looking at business process to explore if it obeys a compliance rule or it is executed in a efficient manner. So here again, the important thing is to combine or integrate these analytics mechanisms to I think integrate multiple information source, and we are now thinking of we can do it on a single common data platform called the Security Analytics Platform. So this is one example of the research the project. It is a POC project between with IBM Research and the U.S. Air Force. And I think that the target is to develop the secure cloud environment or something like that. In this case, we consider two types of information. One is security event data, which can be captured in our the InfoStream product. The other is traditional the table data, which can be analyzed by IBM Business Analytics, the tool like SPSS, Cognos, and so on. And adding our the analytics capability, we can integrate these two types of data to visualize and reporting security vulnerability or risk. This is one example. And before realizing such security analytics techniques, for example, the correlation of the log data is a kind of underlying technology. This is a very simple snapshot. It is done by my team, but for example, in cloud infrastructure, we need to assume many middlewares, databases, or provisioning engine, or ID management product, and so on. But each the component emit the log data, but often it is very difficult to correlate these log data from multiple the component stack, since they often miss common universal identifier. So my team is working on how can we effectively correlate the log data from the multiple log source by using some constraint of the time sequence, or by leveraging contextual information of the log structure, and so on. And we are also working on visualizing dependency between the process and the file. In this case, this is a snapshot of my machine. And red circle show the process, and the file gray one is for the file which is code or which is executed by the process. And by looking at the log data, we can create such kind of dependency graph. And for example, we can compare such a graph, for example, the same day in the last week and this week, same day in the last month or this month, or that we can compare it from my colleague who are working similar job to know what suspicious the process is running, or what suspicious files are there, for example. Such kind of the basic technologies are supported to realize security analytics. And let me introduce the other example snapshot. It is not a running demo, but now at IBM Research provide a test bed to realize such security analytics. It is located in the Watson Research, our biggest research laboratory, located in New York City. And they are monitoring all the employee of the laboratory research. I think that around 800 or something like that. And there are many information. For example, the 120 million net flow per day, or there are many and integrate the analysis. For example, this is a snapshot of the each researcher that monitor the web access of the each researcher, and then we can update their behavior model for the researcher. When we I assume something happened and malware is inputted in a certain the PC of the researcher, we can compare the normal the behavior and say the new behavior, I think status, which may be I think after the attack. For example, upper one is a normal case and the lower one is say the abnormal case. For example, in normal, a researcher is accessing Google, the Microsoft, and other famous sites. But now the machine the access to our internal network. 9 is IBM internal network. And that means the machine is infected and they try to the access to the another machine on the network. For example, in normal case, only well-known port is used, but in this case, they access to the not trivial port. And in normal case, the TCP the protocol is dominant, but something happened that the machine tried to connect the other machines by using a UDP protocol. We can compare these the status, but because we can monitor the normal behavior, the access or log data in real time, and then we can build the user's behaviors profile or user's behavior model. This is another example of in this case, we monitor the access log to the IBM's internal the product source code maintenance site. In this case, a researcher access to the source code server to extract the source code file. It is more than 80 compared to the normal case in this case. But when we look for the researcher, we found that they have he or she have been left IBM. That means he or she before the person leave IBM, the person try to access to get IBM source code. So this is another the example of the combination of these technology. In this case, for example, I assume the agent is embedded in the PC, and the network and the PC, it is monitored by the I think standalone or server side DLP the program, I think. And we can monitor both network traffic and behavior of the PC by using agent. And in this case, scene product, in this case, the curator can detect something happen in this PC or something like that. This it realized by combining not these network data and the PC, data on the PC. And then the policy management or device management engine can send a new policy to the PC, suspicious PC, for example, to link down the devices for, I think, sending alert, say the machine may be tampered or something like that. So by using such a monitoring analysis mechanism that we can use, that we can leverage the analysis technology to detect a new type of vulnerability. Okay, it's running out of time, and that's all for my presentation. And if you have a question, let me answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Uramoto. And we'll now have a Q&A session. Since we're running out of time, we'd like to limit to one person. Do you have any questions? Please raise your hand. Okay, so... Sorry, okay, please.
Hello, thank you. Very interesting presentation. You talked a lot about technology. In your research, you talked about social engineering. In other words, I get on the phone, what's your password? This is support desk. Can I have your password? That sort of thing. And then policies around what staff should or should not do.
Some researcher in IBM research is working on the social network or mobile devices to detect such I think what is sensitive information or not. And another research team is working on multi-factor authentication, not only just using a password, but also combining the voice and face or kind of fingerprint and so on. And it is not a product level, but research level. We are now thinking of applying a very fine-grained policy. For example, if the sensitive data is on our mobile devices, we need a more, I think, restrictive policy. For example, if it is disconnected, we may need to wipe out all the data. But if the sensitive information is not included, we may don't have to require such a very restrictive policy and so on. So I'm not sure if I can answer to your question, but there are many other research projects related to this area. And let's discuss offline. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. And one more question, maybe. Is it okay? So, the person in the border. Yes, please.
Hi, I was just wondering if you have any plans to look at hardware. You discussed the security aspect relating to software, but at the Black Hat security conference in Las Vegas sometime last year, it was demonstrated that hardware can be tampered with so that information is leaked out from the hardware independent of the software. And the hardware nowadays doesn't turn off anyways. So do you have any plans to tackle hardware relating to securities?
Yes, the attack to hardware is now very serious. It's becoming very pervasive. For example, attack to control the system, like a plant or a building, or for example, the vehicle. The vehicle is now the kind of PC, and it is very vulnerable. For example, the research paper proves that the researcher can access to the vehicle remotely and then, for example, show some information on the dashboard, for example. And theoretically, they can send a message to, I think, apply the brake pedal automatically. That is very dangerous when we are driving the highway. So we are also working on not only for the software, but also the hardware, since IoT, Internet of Things, are very kind of important trend for enterprise. So we have IBM had a hardware section, hardware department, and we are collaborating with these teams.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Dr. Uramoto. And now we'll have a short break. From 12 noon in this room, we'll have a session titled Data Science of Emotion, How to Create Omotenashi Service from Data Science. The talk will be given by Executive Officer of Rakuten, Mr. Takuya Kitagawa. And we're planning to have the keynote address by Mr. Hiroshi Mikitani at 12:50. However, we are afraid that Mr. Mikitani could not make it here today. And therefore, we'll have a speech by Mr. Yukihiro Matsumoto, Fellow of Rakuten Institute of Technology at 1 o'clock. Thank you very much for your understanding.